What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. As you may notice, I dressed a little more formally than usual because I was supposed to be in a bar drinking beers with my friends, talking to girls, but instead the Washington Capitals and St. Louis Blues chose to have a trade go down. Kind of a big trade that could affect the landscape of the NHL, down the stretch, and then obviously into the Stanley Cup playoffs. Kevin Shattenkirk, long rumored to be on the move, is heading to our nation's capital in exchange for a 2017 first-round pick, a 2018 second-rounder, and Zach Sanford, who has been up and down with the Capitals all year. Was a 2-year player for Jerry York at Boston College prior to that. Early analysis, I love it. Did the Capitals give up a lot? Yes. They gave up No, they gave up a lot, obviously. But, Ovechkin's not getting any younger. He's going to be 32 in September, and I'm not saying you're dead at 32. Quite the opposite. You haven't reached your midlife crisis yet. But at the same time, there are some moves out there that got to be made to help get this team over the top. I sound like a broken record saying this, but they haven't made it to the conference finals during the Ovechkin administration in Washington. That's bad. And I know you can pin the failures on Ovechkin all you want, but his goals, per game average in the playoffs is excellent. The guy's a phenomenal hockey player, and he's a big reason why the Washington Capitals are even a fucking relevant franchise in sports. He saved that team when they took him number 1 in the draft 13 years ago. But they got to get some pieces. Shattenkirk will help on that power play unit. He's going to alleviate some of the burden on John Carlson. I think he's going to be an excellent fit with this team. He's not going to be relied upon to be the man when he gets there. His job will be to move the puck, to help on the power play, to do the things that have made him a successful National Hockey League player. They're not going to ask him to go out there and play against a Sidney Crosby or play against, an Evgeny Malkin or, whoever in the playoffs. They're going to ask him to go out there, help us on the power play, move the puck, get the ball rolling. That's what he's going to give this team. And I think that he's a great fit for that. I think the Rangers would have relied on him a little bit too much. I think the Bruins would have rode him like fucking Secretariat. But I think the Capitals, from an X's and O's standpoint, probably the best fit for him. In retrospect, looking back on my notes, I ranked them the 4th team in terms of the Shattenkirk sweepstakes. And again, they gave up a lot. But kind of like I said the same with Hansel, your nucleus isn't getting any younger. You might as well roll the dice. You might as well say, fuck it, I'm putting everything on black and roulette, because by playing it safe, or playing it safer, closer to the vest, if you will, you haven't won shit in, the 12 years that Ovechkin's been down there in D.C. So again, you look at what he's going to bring that Capitals blue line, with the John Carlson. I mean, Brooks Orpik's actually quietly having a very effective year as a soon-to-be 37-year-old defenseman. Niskanen and Carlson, Shattenkirk. Those are your 3 righty-shooting defensemen. That's a fucking awesome right side of your blue line. So again, I like this deal. I think Sanford's going to be a nice NHL player. I know he's had some growing pains this season, but you know what? Take your lumps with him. And I think with St. Louis's case is that I'm not going to say moving away from this nucleus, but they've got to try something different, because kind of like the Capitals, they've been good, but haven't been able to break through. And I think they're going to try to do a few things differently. So, again, early analysis, I love this trade. I think it works out for both sides. I think it fills a void for both sides. Anyway, that's all I got on this episode of the Power Play with CJ. Stay tuned for episodes throughout the season and beyond. Later, guys.